Dr Robert Lefever is with me, former GP and addiction specialist. Good evening, Robert.
Good evening to you, Nigel.
Now, nobody's pretending that cigarettes or excess alcohol or donuts or lack of exercise or any of these things are good for you. But does it actually work when governments interfere, when governments raise the legal age at which we can buy things or ban things? Does it actually make any difference?
Government regulation will never change the hard core of smokers. People who have addictive natures, that's about 1 in 6 of the population. That's a huge number of people, are not interested in what they cost or where they can get them. They will find somehow. There already is a significant black market in cigarettes that will increase. Nicotine is a mood-altering chemical, like alcohol or sugar or recreational drugs, and people increase the use of these substances during times of stress, and we've all had immense stress during the pandemic. But young women are a particular group because they use nicotine in order to suppress their appetite. Their greatest fear is of putting on weight. So if government regulation could solve that problem, they're doing better than all the doctors, and I just don't believe it.
So is education a better way forward than bringing in new limits, new age limits, and putting the onus on shopkeepers to check everybody's ID?
Yes, very much so. And I think the education has to be properly targeted towards telling people about the 12-step program of addiction recovery. Because if 1 in 6 of the population have an addiction problem, we need to have this taught in schools, the same as it is in America. There's nothing strange about that. Why do we learn about the kings of England and about the number of wives that Henry VIII had and quadratic equations and things we'll never learn? We'll never use those. But to learn how to deal appropriately with our feelings by working a 12-step program, if we have got an addictive nature, that is vital. And that could solve it, whereas governments can't.
That's the most positive contribution to this debate I've ever heard, Dr Robert Lefever, and thank you for coming on and putting it forward. It's a theme that we're going to return to. Thank you very much indeed.